we are a fragile people, and we can be quick to follow after other things. But God is saying, follow him. And so God is saying, man will let you down, but God will never let you down.
Put your trust not in man, but your trust in God.
Exactly. So
I remember that.
So therefore we have to look at what is it that God wants, and that goes back to if these two people, this person is giving a way out, a healing method to be fully healed. They can either take it or they can reject it.
Right.
And so many people, they're like, man, I can't stop smoking. I need to smoke. I've been doing this all my life. I've been doing this for 60 years.
This little stuff I'm dealing with ain't nothing much. You know what I'm saying? Like, I guarantee you, the ones that's trying to get you to change everything in your life.
Regardless, don't focus on those other people. Focus on yourself, because those other people are not going to be able to save you. Only God can save you. Right. And see, when we keep, exactly, and it takes you to surrender. It's just like when I was preaching that message about the life preserver. I don't know if you heard that part, but God is extending a life preserver to you. You fell over in the ship, right? And you're in the water, and the boat is leaving you, and you're calling out for help. You're calling out for help. Or if you could call out for help, or you could stay silent. Go over there. Or you could stay silent, and if that be the case, you're gonna drown. But if you open your mouth and plead for help, then somebody can hear you, come back for you, throw you a life preserver. Now you know what you have to do in order to be saved. If the life preserver is in front of you, what do you have to do? No, if the life preserver, you want to be saved, they're in the boat and they threw you a life preserver. What do you have to do to be saved?
Stand side by side of them?
No,
it ain't facing me.
No, you have to grab that life preserver. You're in the water, you're drowning. What would you have to do? You have to reach out and grab that life preserver. Okay. You see what I'm saying? So then they can pull you in and save you. Okay. Or if you're, let's say your arms are numb and you just swim with your feet and you can't reach out and grab it. You're like, I can't do it. What would they have to do? They have to jump in that water and save you. You're pleading for your life.
That's it. You know what I'm saying? You gotta move your hands.
Yeah, but if they're numb and you can't do it, you're just trying to survive and you're paddling with your feet, and you're praying for somebody to help you, and they dive in and they grab a hold of you. And you have some that's like, no, let me go, and you're wiggling, no, let me go. And the thing is, they may, if they see that you're a risk, they're gonna let you go because you're trying to drown them. And so but if you are just saying, okay, take me, save me, then now you're giving in and you're allowing, and that's what God wants to do with you today. Is he's reaching out that preserver to you, but right now you're resisting. You don't want to reach out and grab that life preserver. He wants you to grab the life preserver that can save your life, because if you were to die today, and the state that you're in, whether you say you're a Christian, you're not walking the walk.
They can't throw enough charges on me to even try to get me on nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? Like they try to, constantly throw it at you, try to run it concurrent like that. Man, look, I done beat everything I need. You know what I'm saying? They don't want them the type of people that don't want to see you on top of what it is you need to be on.
But God can take away all that stuff from you.
That's why I never asked God for anything.
But that's
due to the fact
God said, asking you should receive.
That's what I'm saying.
Seeking you should find, knocking the door should be open unto you.
He want to do it just to prove his team that he can do it. But I'm not about to take no offer from him.
But do you see how the devil is trying to prevent you from hearing what God really, he wants you to keep focusing on these other people instead of focusing on your relationship.
I'm rebuking it to prevent it.
I know, but you're doing it with your own strength. You're using your own strength instead of if you was in a burning building, and and let's say you didn't have a way out. You tried to get out, and every way is blocked, and it's burning, there's smoke coming in, and it's overtaking you. What do you think that would have to happen for you? Either you're gonna, because you try and work and you do all this, you try so hard, over and over and over again, and you're like your building is burning up, and God is saying, I'm trying to save you. Somebody would have to hope that a firefighter or somebody would come in, knock the doors down, grab a hold of you and pull you out. And that's what God is trying to do right now. He's trying to break down that barrier, that door. He's trying to, you see how you keep going back to somebody else, other people?
Listen, why would I put myself in a vulnerable situation just so, it could come and save the day like that? You know what I'm saying? Hey, look.
You know what your vulnerable situation is? When you do drugs, when you're doing things that are contrary to God.
Them to be the possible what else could happen, Mario. That's my name. You know what I'm saying? And it's trying to get me to see the worst fucking way about it, the situation, than get me to see the brighter picture. You know what I'm saying? So why would I surround myself around this just so somebody can, storm in there and be, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's scene 3.
Yeah, but see, sometimes things happen that's out of our control.
I know what you mean, though.
It's just like if you're sleeping in a house.
I get it.
And somebody came and set your house on fire while you're asleep. You didn't do that. Somebody else did it. But now you're engulfed in this house with no way out. Think about 9/11. All those people.
They didn't. 9/11.
Yeah, they didn't.
What are you talking about?
The actual 9/11 that happened in the Twin Towers.
Right.
Those people went to work, didn't plan for none of that. Didn't know anything like that was going to happen. All of a sudden, plane hit the building, killed a lot of people. Now those people that were still alive was trying to get out, and they had no way out. And they were hoping and praying that some of them probably was doing that, hoping that somebody would save them, and people couldn't get to them quick enough. So what did they do? You know what they did? What was it? They started jumping out of the window, down to the ground.
Yes,
you go back and look at
about 100 feet up in there.
How you doing? Yes, exactly. You look way over there, but you look at those. Go back, look at the video. You see all those people jumping out of the building because they didn't want to be, die a long death, and so they chose to jump, and they plundered to the ground, and so they wasn't asking for that, they wasn't looking for that, but it happened. Think of you know about the Ukraine, war in Russia. And think about all those people that was planning their life, living their life the way that they wanted to live it, their careers and so forth, and then all of a sudden that happened.
People establish their team, to see them do better, but be hating at the same time. You know what I'm saying? Not to, they put them in place for certain stuff just so they could. There could be a possible what if of what could go on.
Do you know that they're talking about a third world war happening with our country?
Where?
Here, in our country.
In the U.S.?
Possibly between China or Russia or North Korea or Iran, or all of them coming together against America and our allies. They're talking about this in the news, in the media, that it is a possibility that this could happen. So I watched the Russia war, and when it first started, and you saw many bodies laid out in the street, people dead, and those people didn't know that was going to happen. They were planning their lives, living just like you, and hoping that, life would go on, and suddenly that happened, and they end up losing their life. They perished, they died.
That's another thing we face with nowadays, you know what I'm saying? People put all this bullshit in place just to say that they can do it too, or just to be like, man, you ain't the only one to do this or do that. Man, if you do it too, what you sitting up here trying to throw it in my face you know what I'm saying, like you helping me out or something. Bro, if you do you know what I'm saying, you would be looking that way, and I'll be looking this way. You know what I'm saying? Until we can come together like this. Bro, you made it through all that. You know what I'm saying? I respect a nigga like that. And try to, you know what I'm saying, do all that old pretty sis ass shit.
But,
It'd be like,
it's like this. It's like this. God sent for many years. He sent his prophets.
Right.
If you read the Old Testament,
I get you, bro.
he sent his prophets out to give warning, right? And today, in today's time, he sent his messengers out like me to give warning to people, because these things are going to take place. These things are going to happen, whether people deny them or not.
Right.
And God is only sending out those people he knows that is right with him, that is living a righteous and holy life, you know, and trying to do right with the people and so forth. So, you know, because I couldn't go to you and say, you know, God wants you to truly surrender, and I haven't fully surrendered. You see what I'm saying? If I'm stealing or doing drugs or drinking or cheating, committing adultery or whatever it is, if I have a foul mouth, cursing, blaspheming, whatever I'm doing, I can't say to you.
Oh, thank God. It's like, you know what I'm saying? If you put yourself in somebody else's shoes, okay, look, and knew what was going on in that person's life, you would probably react the same way. You wouldn't sit up here and be scared every time you turn around and be like, I ain't about to do nothing today. I'm about to stay cooped up here. No. You're going to look for a way to rise. You're going to look for a way to stay away from. You're going to look for a way to indulge in. You're going to look for a way to get them people to leave you alone. And you're going to look for a way for it to trust you in the same way. You know what I'm saying?
It could be one or the other. It could be one or the other. You know, like me, I choose to indulge, you know, to intervene, rather, into somebody's life to help them get off the path that they're on.
Okay.
You know.
And you got some that'll sit up there and do the total opposite thing or whatever it is. You know what I'm saying? It's just, man, it's our own salvation. It's our own, you know what I'm saying, decision. It's our own, you know what I'm saying, righteousness. What leads up to certain stuff that happens.
But you know what God says about our own righteousness is like filthy rags. And like the wind, a leaf in the wind, it goes to and from. It says, it basically, you know, that's the way our life is. You know, we're up and down, going every which way but God's way. God wants us to fully submit and surrender. And it goes back to what I'm saying is that, you know, if God is reaching out to you today, God wants you in his kingdom. This is not a coincidence. You know, this time is not a coincidence. This is a point.
I'm not